Good afternoon, I'm Jonathon Momsen with 2 New RFM Hunter News. There are calls for calm following the expansion of the Williamtown rat-based contamination zone after water samples at the Tilligary Creek tested positive for chemicals. Residents are now being urged to heed warnings on bore water, locally sourced poultry, seafood and dairy products, pending a human health risk assessment after dangerous quantities of fire retardant were detected in surface water. But New South Wales Chief Scientist Mary O'Kane says it's just a precautionary measure.
We have some of the surface water analysis results, and some of those suggested outside the currently designated area. Some of the results were at levels we wanted to be cautious about, so we're extending the area where we're suggesting people take precautionary measures, and we're getting to know what's going on.
The Hunter and the rest of New South Wales is set to be opened up for coal seam gas exploration despite the state government struggling to implement clear restrictions on the practice. The Strategic Release Framework for Coal and Petroleum will reopen the application process for CSG exploration licences, potentially putting farmland and water catchments at risk. Lock the Gate New South Wales Coordinator Georgina Wood says the government has left key environmental assets vulnerable.
Unfortunately, they've completely failed to fulfil the promise that there will be constraints introduced at the exploration phase to really clearly demarcate the drinking water catchments for our major metropolises, prime farmland, critically endangered woodland, the places where really it's not appropriate ever to conduct mining. And they've just failed to introduce that certainty that mining companies won't be allowed to go there.
A new proposal for the future of Newcastle's public transport sees ferries playing a larger role. Newcastle MP Tim Crackenthorpe has written to the New South Wales Transport Minister and says he will meet with the RMS to seek advice on the plan to put ferry stops at the Wickham Interchange and Honeysuckle. Tim Crackenthorpe says it's the best way to link Newcastle's business and entertainment centres with the rest of the city, particularly Stockton.
Wickham and Honeysuckle are becoming employment and leisure centres for Newcastle, and we need transport links to those, and the ferry service is a perfect way to link up Stockton to those new transport and entertainment precincts.
Investigations are underway into evidence of illegal fishing at Lake Glenbourne. The Department of Primary Industry was called in after a fisherman found nearly 50 metres of abandoned fishing net lined with about 300 dead fish. 5 nets have been found at the lake in the last week, posing threats to marine life and people using the lake. Maitland will be celebrating its multiculturalism when the Riverlights Festival kicks off tomorrow afternoon. Australia's newest citizens will be welcomed in a citizenship ceremony conducted by Mayor Peter Blackmore, along with a number of other activities including the Lantern Flotilla. Maitland Council event coordinator Adam Frank says the festival will be free and enjoyable for the whole family.
It's a great family-friendly event that celebrates the cultural diversity of Maitland and the Hunter region through food, music and dance.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club's Melbourne Cup Carnival.
The Newcastle Jets have wrapped up their last training session on Australian soil this morning before heading to Wellington tomorrow morning. The squad are set to take on Wellington Phoenix in their season opener this Sunday, with all eyes on new Serbian recruit Milos Trifanovic. If he takes to the field, it will be Trifanovic's first time in the red and blue, other than for training sessions. The Gresford Vasey Colts are preparing to make a long-awaited comeback tomorrow when they hit the pitch for their first junior cricket season. The teams are said to be made up of players from as far as Dungog, Wallaroba and Patterson due to a lack of teams in the surrounding area. Club President Stuart Craig is reportedly glad to see the sport revived in the area. And in motocross, Hunter rider Toby Price has been forced to pull out of the Rally of Morocco due to illness. That's sport. I'm Tandi Chindoe.
To New RFM News Time is 12:10.